God is just so merciful. Like some people will just do some things and get away with it. Good morning, blessed people. How are we all doing? And I hope we are doing great. Okay, this morning I was reading my Bible and I got to Matthew chapter 5 from verse 3 to 12, and I got stuck at from verse 5 to 6. Let me read it for you, and I've been pondering about that. Okay, in from verse 3 to 12 teaches us about how God truly blesses people. These blessings are not always about money or power, but about the heart. And sometimes I usually say this, that everything is not about money, despite the fact that you know everything that we do involves money. So when I got to this verse, because sometimes I used to ask these questions. Okay, let me say this. On the second night of this 2026, someone came to steal my gen at night. And when I woke up, it wasn't even hide and notice because I was indoor. There's nothing I want to go and do outside. I've gotten everything that I want the for the next day. So there was there was nothing that would take me outside. My house has a balcony, so that's where I usually put my gen. And one of my neighbor came knocking around 1 o'clock, not a.m. or p.m. Afternoon, yeah, p.m. Came knocking, and the next thing he said was, "What did they Jenny? You?" I don't know if you understand that, but it's like they've stolen your gen. I was surprised, and when I went out, because that gen has been there for close up to 3 years now, and nothing happens to it. So when he told me, I went out. I was actually, and then I was like, "What's really going on?" And as time goes on, it was done on me that this gen has gone. And I was discussing with one of my other neighbor, and I was telling her that, well, to me, I see this as a blessing. The gen wasn't a small gen; it's a 9 kV generator that can power, most everything in their house. So she was surprised when I said it's a blessing. She was like, "Don't you know that's money that was gone?" Blah blah blah. So I was trying to explain to her that, to me, I see it as a blessing because it's the person that took it that is at loss. In two ways, he's loss of his blessings, and there's no how he will not see the repercussion of what he or she had done. So, and at the end of the day, I was now thinking that God is also merciful. Like some people will just do some things and get away with it. And to me, I know that fine, they are getting away with it, but it will get to some point that those repercussions will occur, and then that's when they'll be asking for forgiveness. But sometimes it is always too late. They've done what they wanted to do, and the other person will be suffering for it till you know. So when I was reading my Bible this morning, and the verse 5 of Matthew chapter 5, from verse 5 and 6 says that blessed are the meek. I've been looking at this word meek. Sometimes when I'm doing my affirmations, there is this meekness there that I used to skip it. That when I'm meek and I'm gentle, and so, but something happens to me sometimes ago that I had to add that meekness to it. So he said, "Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth." So when you are meek, that doesn't mean you are. I draft out something here, like, and it says being meek does not mean being weak. When you are meek, doesn't mean you are what? You are weak. No. So it means being humble. It means being humble, calm, and trusting God instead of fighting or proving yourself. God promises that those who are gentle and patient will not lose; they will be rewarded. So then verse 6 says, blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, because oh my goodness, this righteousness has been my type of prayer ever since I was young, like I was a child. I used to pray for righteousness. I used the word righteousness a lot. And when there are some things happening in your life and you are like, what's all this? Well, I'm not saying I'm perfect, but there are some things that you are expecting, or yes, you are expecting to happen in your life, and when you see other things and you're like, God, with all these things I'm be doing, you know blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness. I thirst for righteousness, but I used to pray for gifts that I know I don't have, that God should give unto me. And some of it are answered, some of it are not. In fact, most of it are not being answered. So I'm like, wow. I wasn't happy about it, but though I still persist in this walk, in this journey. So he said, for they shall be filled. I was not like, when I was reading it, for they shall be filled. So the reward of you being righteous is that you'll be filled. And to me, I didn't really know that, that's the reward. And I'm like, I've been praying and it's not happening. But I have gotten my answer that we will be filled. This means God bless people who truly desire to live right, do good, and please Him. Just like someone who really wants food or water. When we sincerely seek God's way, He promises to fill our hearts with peace, direction, and satisfaction. So these verses remind us that God sees our hearts. When we choose humility and truly desire to live right, God Himself takes care of the reward. Okay? So that's the message I have this morning, and I pray that it empowers us, and we try to do things right with God. And thank you.